Relationship Ironies of the World We Live in, a podcast where we explore the hidden patterns, contradictions, and truth that shape the way we relate to ourselves and to each other. Today, we are continuing our series, The Architecture of Us, because before we can understand our relationship with others, we need to understand the relationship we have with ourselves. The reality is that none of us become who we are by accident. Our belief, our fears, our confidence, our insecurities, our resilience, all of it is shaped by experiences that quietly leave their mark over time. And those experiences become the architecture of who we are. My guest today is someone whose story beautifully reflects that journey. I first met Nora through Windsor Speakers, our local Toastmasters club, a place where people come to improve their public speaking but often end up discovering something much deeper, their own voice. Today, Nora is a qualified counselor and a personal trainer who helps people build both emotional and physical strength. But her journey began far from where she is today. Moving to England from Hungary with very little English, navigating self-doubt, challenging limiting beliefs, and stepping repeatedly outside her comfort zone, Nora has built a life dedicated to growth, both her own and of others. What I admire most about her is her understanding that lasting transformation isn't just about changing what we do. It's about changing how we see ourselves. So today, we are exploring the architecture of Nora, the experiences that shaped her, the beliefs that she had to challenge, and the lessons she learned along the way. Because behind every confident person is a story that most people never hear. Welcome, Nora. It's so wonderful to have you here in this space with me. Before we dive into this deep blueprint of our lives, I just want to, look at the foundation. We are talking about how we become people we are today. And when you look back at the scaffolding of your own life, the turning points, the lessons, and the shifts, what does that journey look like for you? Who is Nora today, and how did you build her? Nora, over to you.
Well, first of all, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, who is Nora? Let's first start with who is Nora?
Who am I? Who am I? So, as you can see, I'm Nora Body Mind for a reason, because I'm a personal trainer and a counsellor, qualified counsellor, and I'm passionate about bringing these two very precious and important aspects of our life to be physically and emotionally strong and empowering. I utilize this through client giving classes and just to have a voice to talk about the importance of emotional awareness and get to know ourselves, not just everyone out there. I think this is always a lifelong journey with personal growth and awareness about ourselves. It's just, and we need to say it as a journey, as a precious journey, because it's constantly evolving. It's not a destination.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. It's not a destination, it's a constant journey. Wow, that's beautiful. So, Nora, how did you get into this? What was your journey like?
Yeah, what was the journey? First of all, maybe I winding back to 2003 when I decided to move to England as a 23 years old Hungarian with zero English, with the mission to learn English, despite the fact that I had a belief of I'm absolutely useless at languages. Yes, that was very, very hard for me. Like for 7, 8 years, I had a lump in my stomach every single time I had to speak English. So it took me a long, long time. And now after 23 years living in England, it gave me long enough time to accept English as my second language. I have an accent. I still make grammar mistakes, and it is who I am. And that's, I think, part of the journey and part of the development of accepting myself, who I am. And that's a message for everyone.
Absolutely. And I wouldn't have guessed it at all, Nora. I mean, I definitely wouldn't have guessed that you ever struggled with English. Honestly, I've known you for a couple of years now, and I've heard you on stage. I definitely wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, I know it's not what you see in the display, it's who we are underneath, own insecurities and what we're struggling with. We don't necessarily put it out in the display and talk about it. I think I'm getting there. I still have moments when I feel like I'm not there, or I'm not there where I want to be overall. But that's now I see it as a beauty, as a constant evolving process. Than being critical over it. I think that's again a huge realization on my side, and being able to talk about it and being able to express it other than just going and chewing over it within me. It's okay to voice it.
I honestly feel that we should talk more about our struggles, because everybody looks at everyone else and feels that they are perfect. They're absolutely perfect and had no struggles whatsoever. And then we realize that no, everyone in this world has struggles. They have been through a journey and they have a story. And that is what we are here to talk about. Your story, Nora. How
Yeah.
did you become this version of you?
So that was a big decision at the beginning to move to England, and that's part of me. And that was the biggest decision of my whole life at a young age, to move to another country. Actually, it was for 18 months, and I'm still here after 23 years. But it can be the case. So my journey with fitness, which were what shaped me, really, it happened after a relationship, a breakup, and I was looking to find who I am. And another belief, what I thought, I'm not good at fitness, in a way of, I went to fitness classes, but I was missing the rhythm. I was missing the coordination of, if they went right, I went left. And by the time I picked up the move, what they're doing, they moved on. So I just formed the belief I'm not carved for fitness. And I went for runs here and there, and it's never been consistent or never been like structured or anything, just a bit here and there. And being shy, going into the gym, it was for the muscle, they're building muscles and so on. It's just wrong beliefs, it's beliefs is not there. Whatever we create up there, that's what changed me. On the 17th of May, 2012, very clearly, I remember I walked into Ibrahim Center in Iverhees, and there was an instructor at the reception. Sure, he wouldn't mind naming him, James. And he gave 6 to 8 minutes of his time without being a booked appointment. And all we did was 4 or 5 movements, such as dumbbell, cable machine, an abs move, and something else. But it definitely was not longer than 6 to 8 minutes. And on the following day, I woke up with muscle soreness. And that was my first satisfaction of something. This is it. That's what I need. It's working. Because before I went for a long run, and it did not give me the satisfaction of I did something for my body. So I made a proper appointment with him, and I went back the following day, and I received my first proper workout plan, which I started following religiously. Like, you have to tick every movement you did, and like the whole workout plan sheet, lots of ticks as I went along. And I was sort of obsessed. I just found a new me, and I loved it. And the same instructor kept asking me, come and try out a power fitness class. And I said, no, I'm not made for fitness classes. It's not for me. And another week went, he asked again and again. And one evening, I walked into the gym, but we have to pass the studio, and there was a little room on the door. So I peeped in, and the class was on fire. Power. Everybody was just so enjoying it. And I just stopped there for a second thinking, I think I like it. And that's when I decided to book for a class. And back then I thought I was strong, because when you start exercising, generally in the first few months, you see big changes because you're coming from a long way. And suddenly I thought, I'm so strong. Picked up 1 kilo dumbbell for hour power, and I was not good. I was not strong at all. And I clearly remember walking to the car, my lid was down, and thinking how rubbish I was, and how it just was not working for me. But the pledge, I put my hands on my heart, and I said, until I'm on this earth, I will do this class, because it's something different. It gave me something I never experienced before. After that, Hour Power was part of my routine, and nearly a year, I started questioning, what if the instructor leaves? what's going to happen with my hour of power? How I'm going to keep it up? So the only solution was really to become an instructor. Me, who was very happy at the back of the class, being very shy, as much as I enjoyed Hour of Power, at the first time when I faced the class, 25 people in the room and all eyes on you, that's an experience. I could not say a word because the instructor James was talking anyway, but that's something, again, a moment I will never forget. And the rest is history. I became an Hour of Power instructor and James left. So I started my own little group locally. And then the next step was I realized without a power qualification and certificate, you can really hire a hall and recruit your own client or participant for the class. The next step is to become a gym instructor and take it into a gym environment. So that's what I did. I got qualified as a gym instructor. 8 months later, I qualified as a personal trainer and kept doing other like kettlebell. I'm qualified. I love spin. However, I don't give it at the moment. I love a spin class. And what else? Boot camp. I love boot camp. I love high intensity training. But what I strongly believe who I am today is above everything. What I often see is people just tend to focus on one thing, like stretching, only yoga, only running, weightlifting. And what is really holistic and overall fitness level is a bit of everything. Like what if you like more of a running, do more of that. If you like weightlifting, then do a bit more of that. But other than that, we need all of them, and that's
So,
creator.
so do you individually work with people or you work only with gyms?
At the moment, in fact, so I've been working as I had a fitness class, hour power instructor, uh, 14 years, and the
Wow.
personal trainer for 13 years. And it's changed over time. So I used to be part of a gym because it's good to have the option. Some people want to train within the gym environment. Some people have their own gym at home and they want to be exercise in their own comfort, in their own uh, environment at home, and they have the facilities, so that makes sense. So I go to their home, or I have my own little workout area, and I can offer that. So it's whatever the client wish for or what would suits them, really. I give Hour of Power, so my pledge is still going. Hour of Power is still going after 14 years. I do that on a Wednesday, give the class on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. in Iber.
What exactly is Aeropower?
Our power is there's nothing out there I can compare it with. All we're doing is tapping on our legs. That's very easy. And we have a pair of dumbbell, light dumbbell. I'm talking about 1 or 2 kilos, and high intensity, high repetition, I mean, and high intensity. We keep going. So once you start doing one move, we're doing the same move for a while, and it's well rounded in a way. Or we start with squatting as a warm up, 20 minutes with the main workout with the dumbbell, very good abdominal section, and a very good stretch. So it's well structured, as well as it's fun. It's not clubbing anymore, but it's like a clubbing feeling. So the music is empowering, energetic. I call it like a reset to the mind. It's not just the body, because for me, exercising is definitely my number one mental health.
Absolutely. I totally am with you on that because it helps with mental health so much. It definitely helps with the physical health. But more than that, I feel working out is one of the primary things everyone should do at least because of the mental health. I mean, if you cannot give like an hour, do it for 10 minutes, whatever works for everyone, right?
Exactly, and put your heart in there. Do what you like doing, and always be better. Like I love challenging myself in a way of whatever I was able to do yesterday. I want to do it just 0.5% more, 1 gram heavier, whatever you can make it tiny bit harder, different. That's how you challenge the body and as well as the mind.
Before, I never even walked much, but for the last few years, I ensure that I walk at least 30 minutes a day on a treadmill because there are a lot of health benefits as well as like like we said, mental health benefits. At times, if I'm feeling frustrated and I feel like, what is the point of everything? And then I'm like, okay, just go walk for 30 minutes and all these feelings will go away.
Yeah,
And
it takes the problem.
totally
The
with you.
problem is still there, but somehow you just perceive it from a different angle, and that's the beauty, that's the magic in exercising. And what I started doing with Hour of Power is I love asking the question before we start exercising, because we arrive after a long, hard day, but people are still there at 7 p.m. doing their best. And I ask the question between 1 and 10, how do you feel overall? And then whatever the number is, 1 being not feeling well, 10 feeling over the moon. And I ask the same question after the class. 100% is always higher, is always they are tired. We definitely worked hard, but something just renewed within the whole body. And that's what I consciously want to point out, for them to see what exercise gives to the body and the mind. And that's I just like to emphasize it even more, what I can give to the people to be aware of more how we feel, because the hardest bit is deciding to get going. I don't know how you find it, but putting the trainers on, stepping out from the house and get going. Once you're out there and doing it, it's all fine.
Absolutely. So, Nora, if you had to tell me your life story through the lessons it taught you, what would you tell me?
Life lessons is ongoing. I think that's something is guaranteed. We will face challenges. We will face setbacks, and that's okay. That's part of the journey. Of the fun. It's not fun, but it is a part of the package, because we are on this earth to experience the ups, experience the downs, and it's our duty, our work of how we perceive the setbacks, how we perceive the challenges. And so the hardest challenge and the biggest is losing my mum. That was 15 months
So
ago.
sorry.
And that taught me the biggest lesson of how you can keep going, losing the most precious emotions, someone who loved you more, someone who brought me to this world, and so on. And we had a very, very close relationship. And that's helped me to find faith on an absolutely different level. And that's my other very important aspect of my life. I believe in God. I'm very much working on my faith. That journey and working on my face is very, very special and important. And my mum, what I learned from her is she had a huge face. It was called Our Lord. Even she didn't talk about it much, but it's just amazing what faith can shape people and give that extra resilience and empowerment we need in hardship, or wherever we go through, as well as when everything going well, and being grateful, or be grateful either way, whether things are going well or not well. Grateful and appreciate what's going well for us is something I practice every single day.
That's amazing, Nora. And honestly, nobody prepares us for that. That is one thing that, I mean, when it happens, even if we think that we might be mentally prepared at some point, just doesn't happen. And I lost my mother 3 years ago. And my God, it's already been 3 years. I can't believe it. It feels like just yesterday. I can totally understand that. And it never goes away. It's not like when people talk about grief and they say that time heals things. Yeah, time makes it a little easier to deal with, I would say, but they will never be forgotten, right? So,
Yes, and for me, it's a huge void, like something big, empty space, which is there. I can't fill it in with anything else. It's how to manage that emptiness
absolutely.
and that huge void is the work, and understand we are on this earth for a reason. We all have our purpose, and we are created to be here. And it is a journey. It will come to an end someday. And making the most of this journey, like going on a holiday, that's a journey, that's a trip, a travel, and it's in a bigger scale, that's life and how we can make the best of a holiday.
Absolutely, absolutely. One more thing that really that came to my mind right now when you said that there's a void was more than that when it happened. I feel right now what I miss the most is that whenever I can pick up the call and I can't call her anymore, and that is something that we don't talk about enough. Nobody prepared me for it, very honestly. I mean, I thought that I would be adult enough to do deal with it, but it's got nothing to do with age. It's you just learn how to deal with it as it happens, and then at the end of the day, when something good happens and you like pick up the phone and you think that I wish I could just make that call. And so I totally understand what you mean by that, by the void.
It's like an emptiness, but you want to touch it, there's nothing
Yeah.
there. You want to, like,
Mhm.
emptiness on a huge scale.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if I ask you about the last 10 years of your life, if someone met you 10 years ago and met you today, what would feel different about how you show up?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. First of all, I would reflect it on me, how I see myself 10 years ago, who I was. I was already into fitness. I absolutely love what I do. I'm always on a mission to learn, to find something new, to develop myself in something what I love doing. And being a personal trainer, and that's called personal for a reason, people open up during our session. And 10 years ago, I wasn't a counsellor. So
Mhm.
it was 4 or 5 years into my personal training journey when I could feel something was missing, something like all one-sided or all about the physical side, which is great. And when I decided to learn about myself as everybody else around me and what counseling and learning about emotion can give me as well as helping others around me. So that's, and what counseling gave me, what really shaped me in the last, which now 8 years ago, when I made the decision to go down that route, is definitely more self-awareness, definitely more self-respect, more self-discipline, and clarity over who I am and who I am not, which is just as important to know clearly what I stand up for and what are something is not for me, and that's okay. And again, being able to express it and verbalize it in a way I mean it.
Yeah, I
And
mean, the mind and body goes hand in hand, and that is so profound, Nora. So, Nora, have you ever outgrown a version of yourself? What triggered that shift?
yes, definitely. I'm not hiding my age, 46 years old. And I have to admit, I'm single and I have been single for a long time. And that journey of meeting the right person and what I already been through with my dating journey, all the experience I had, nothing outrageously wrong, or it's everything moderately experienced, but still experience. And to stand up for myself, what I want from a relationship, and have that self-worth of what I would expect from a real man. What, even if it
What
sounds
would that be?
a bit where I could feel a real woman who is treated like someone to be looked after. I don't need looked after, but a real life partner instead of experiencing going through something which as a woman was not my role, was not my duty, or without much details, it's not the experience. It's more like to know what is my role within a relationship and what is a man role, and how we can work together, or how we can build it as a team, as a partnership, without becoming me a carer or something, which now I see clearly what I don't want to be. And that gave me so much confidence and standing up for it, and knowing I'm happy as I am, because I love what I do. I have lovely friends, great community, the belongings of different clubs, and I'm busy. I'm busy in a way of I feel I'm working on myself, working on my business, working on something which gives me a purpose, a pleasure, something to wake up for every day, as well as my face. And it's lots of little things, and it's all about the lifestyle I live, which I'm absolutely grateful for. And if someone can join me and add to this, it's amazing. If not, it's still amazing. And that's the beauty of working on ourselves to become someone. We are happy in our own skin, with our own mind and body, and trusting ourselves. Whatever happens, we will be able to deal with it. We will be able to find a solution which comes from lots of work and self-trust and faith within me, and faith it will work out to the best, whatever the situation is.
Absolutely. And this was one of my learning as well, I would say. When I was near 30 at that time, I was very clear that I don't want man in my life to make me happy or anything like that. I can take care of myself. I'm independent, I'm financially independent, I am working, and I don't want someone to come into my life I want a partner who would actually be a partner for me. There is a lot of expectations from women in general. I'm not trying to, but there's a lot of expectation that a woman would do this or do that if they're married, and forget married, even when we were dating. But I was very clear that I would stay in the relationship because I am happy and because I feel as an equal partner and not as somebody who has to sacrifice more, or there are a lot of different expectations. So that was a very important point for me, and that was the point where I was adamant that unless I find a person like that, and if I don't find it, I don't find it, it's fine. I was mentally prepared to not marry at all, though my mom was like pressuring me a lot to. Arranged marriage is a big thing in India, so there was a lot of pressure, but I definitely was not at all ready for that. Forget ready, I would not have gone that way. Somehow things worked out. That is great, and that is one of the most important things I feel we all need to be aware of, that when I feel that I can take care of myself and I am independent, I am happy, I have my own life, I would have a very different kind of relationship with my partner than otherwise. If I'm 100% dependent on someone emotionally for my emotional well-being, that becomes a very difficult situation, isn't it? So I feel that is a wonderful, wonderful thought, Nora, that you know what you want. You are absolutely clear about this is what I want and this is where I'm not going to compromise on. And that is one of the primary things we all need to look at, not just as women, but as individuals, anyone. And I feel we are missing that point a lot of times. A lot of people that I talk to as a coach, as a relationship coach, they tell me that they are waiting to be happy to find the partner. They feel that they will find a partner and that is how they'll be happy. It doesn't work like that. If you're not happy in your own company, come on, nobody else can make you happy, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Just a thought.
100%. If it doesn't come within, it's the same with just one simple example. And men, because I'm into fitness and get me into shape. But if it's not coming from within them to have the desire to work on their physical health, I'm not there to. Don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. And same with the face. It's something. It's either comes from within or it's not there. It's not something I want to make people to do anything or change in a way. It's either you are or you are not, and that's both ways fine. Just be yourself, and that's very, very important.
Exactly. Absolutely.
I wish I knew all these things 20 years ago. It takes so long to get here.
I wish that, but if I could go back in time, I wouldn't, because the messes that made me the person I am today.
100%. Yeah, I know, but that's part of the journey.
Absolutely. And one last question.
Yes.
What belief about yourself did you carry for years that quietly shaped your choices? When did you start questioning it?
Beliefs in general is huge, or beliefs are a huge driving force in everybody's life, because our beliefs and what the mind can create as a belief, whether it's true or not, or whether it's beneficial or damaging, it's still there. We say if you say something is black when it's white, it's black for you. Other way around. When I moved to England, I thought I was not good at learning another language, so that was a false belief, and I'm here. I get by.
You're fluent.
Yeah, about fitness. I thought fitness wasn't for me because I didn't have the rhythm, or on the other hand, I wasn't aware of other type of exercises, because I was sort of limited to fitness classes because that was available around me. So that was definitely a big belief, and here I am working as an instructor. So that's that. And about working on myself and have that confidence to be able to voice and have a communication skill, which I'm working on through Toastmasters, through other public speaking courses, and working on my program and everything I do in order to have a voice and trust in myself. Yes, I am the person which I want to share my energy, I want to share my knowledge, I want to share my empowerment with others. And even if you are a walking library, your knowledge is unbelievable. If you don't share it, why are we keeping things for ourselves? So have that self-trust and confidence to share it, share the love, share the energy, share whatever is in me to the world. And that's my very recent work on myself. And it's so liberating. It's so nice to know that, yes, because of me, I can help others because of sharing. And the same for everyone. If that's a message to help people to find their own light, to find their own passion, to find what they want to communicate with the world, what they think, because we all have it. We absolutely all have it to be out there and trust yourself, have that self-trust, confidence. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you are good enough. Yes, you have it in you. But it's something we have to have a desire for it, is to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
For some of us, it comes easier than others, as in every other area of life. And making sure whatever we do and say is something positive, something you can take away and inspire others. It is a journey. It's and it's all comes down with language, with fitness, with faith, with myself and counseling, and having that self-trust and confidence. What I'm ready to shout out and put it out there to have to bring it out of you, because we all have it.
Absolutely. And that is something that before we close, I want to talk about. So, can you tell us about your program and what exactly do you do, who you work with, and how can we reach out to you?
I put a program together because the one thing we know about physical training and emotional training, to bring it together, it is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle, and that's what I put together. It's called the Vital Mind and Body Renewal System. It's a program. As much as I'm not keen on using the word program, because it is a lifestyle. The program doesn't last for 6 weeks, 6 months. It is for the rest of your life, and that's what I'm strongly emphasizing. So the Vital being 5 steps, which is vision, working on our mindset, master the mindset. Second one is ignite, move with purpose, fitness, and work on your physical health, and work about nutrition, taste, eat to energize, and how important to fuel the body with the right nutrition. And alignment, build lasting bond, and that's a community, that's the identity, and have that support system which keeps you going, and be a support system for others. Very important. And also longevity. That's sustain the growth, because by the time we work through all this, it needs to be there for the rest of your life. And that's having that shift and take it with you and work on it. Have that community that looks after you, and you look after your community to keep it going for the rest of your life. It is a lifestyle, and lifestyle, just millions of little things comes together in order to live a vital, healthy life with longevity.
So, who should join?
If you feel your life is not quite on track, your body is not it doesn't feel. It's more like how you feel in your skin, how you feel your body should be, or how is your energy level, how is your fitness level. Once you will know when you want to work on your physical as well as emotional and mental strengths. Again, mental is not my favorite word because it sort of indicates something wrong, but there is nothing wrong. We all have mental health. It's more like preparing and have the resilience and strengths in our mind. And that's really what mental health. So if you're struggling with some sort of area in your life, as well, you're struggling with nutrition or a bit of everything, and you're just too busy and you don't know where to start, or you used to be fit, but not anymore, and you need that extra accountability, the extra help, that support, would love to hold your hand and work through this lifestyle changing vital program together. And it is for 6 months, and every month we will talk about each pillars and each step, as well as an intense workout program, which from Monday to Friday recorded online, as well as knowledge, and I call it planting the knowledge about nutrition and knowing what is energizing you, what is fueling you, the best way that supports your physical health as well as your emotional health, and just the knowledge is everything. And to get to know your feelings, if it's hunger, if it's just boredom, comfort eating, and it's a huge subject to really get to know yourself more and work towards the person you want to become. And I'm absolutely there to help you with that.
Great.
It's for 6 months. However, the community carries on. So that's something that is part of it, part of the program, to stay there and we support each other within the community.
Awesome. So what is the best means to reach you?
I have my website, which is www.norabodymine.co.uk. I have Instagram, again, Nora Body Mind, and I'm available, and I would love to have that consultation and see how we can work with each other and bring
Awesome.
out the best in you.
Great. I will definitely share those links with our podcast.
Thank you very much.
So I would love that. And thank you so much for taking this time out today, Nora. And thank you for sharing all your knowledge and so much of experience. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's my absolute pleasure.